Welcome to
Keep snacking.
Wow, I love that sound effect. It's very appropriate for today's
It's appropriate for
topic.
today. And I caught all of us off guards, including myself.
Oh,
I'm
improv
Lauren
genius.
Jones.
I'm Simona Roy. And today we're talking, our topic is Asian chips. But before we get into that, we're going to do our little, I don't know, round table.
Yeah.
Round table with two people.
Our TED red round table talk.
Yeah.
Of the
Mini TED talk.
Mini TED talk on our lives. Yeah, how are you doing? How are you doing up in New Jersey?
It's a rainy day. So that's fun. And there's a leak in my parents' room, so that's cool too.
Oh my gosh, from what? Like outside?
From the rain, yeah, like the roof. And I'm like, so are you gonna call somebody to fix it? And my dad's like, no, because last time this happened, it stopped. And I'm like, I don't get you, but whatever. I'm not the one who's getting rained on. So
he's like, rain on me, and just like living his best gaga life.
Yes, I think that's exactly what's going on.
I think so.
And then in other personal news, Paul started a
sneak
podcast.
attack.
Sneak attack 101. Paul Hollywood, my boo, did not tell me that he was starting a podcast. He's always talking about how he likes to keep his private life private. So then he starts a podcast and then doesn't tell me and has yet to send me the bouche de Noël that he promised.
And we're 99% sure that has nothing to do with food and has to do with cars and airplanes.
Well, yeah, it's mostly he does it with I don't know, this other guy, last name is Byrne. He's some motorcyclist, and so they're always talking about being petrol heads, you know, because they're British.
I was married to a petrol head, and I watched Top Gear, which you actually can get sucked into, which is a bunch of British guys like racing. I think they did.
So do you know this guy? Something Byrne? Shaky Byrne or something like that?
I don't know. That sounds like a made up name.
I mean, I could be making up the first name because obviously I'm not paying attention to that guy as much as Paul.
That doesn't sound familiar, but that doesn't mean I probably hadn't seen him. But I mean, there is something interesting about that, you know, that genre of things, but it's only like if you're actually like doing it. If you're not, if you're cooking a bouche de Noël and should be like making the best feet on a macaron, I don't want you talking about a car.
Paul is actually like quite the petrol head, and he had a show on Netflix about cars, like he's driving across them.
I know, I almost watched it on accident. So remember?
Boring. Yeah, so I couldn't.
You were like, "Don't do it."
That's boring. But whatever. I think it's for charity that they're doing this podcast. So it's called Hollywood and Byrne. So if you want to support my boyfriend,
charity and her boyfriend, but we just felt very like betrayed for a second. If you're gonna like,
could we have a heads up? It's just like, could you send a text? Could you just let me know?
It's like, send me my engagement ring. It's what Simona was really thinking.
I don't know. I just don't know if we have that much in common anymore. I'm like really second guessing the relationship. So
God.
Yeah, guys, a lot can happen when somebody starts
a podcast. It's unfolding in front of us. This relationship has potential to end.
I mean, it's up to Paul. You know, what do they say about relationships? Communication is key.
Transparency. Where's saran wrap? Come on.
I don't know. You know, you think you know someone. We'll see.
Now you're just somebody that I used
Oh God, I hate that song. The radio played it out so much. If I hear it again in my life, I'll scream.
Whoa, I should not sing anymore.
I hate that song.
I really liked it when it came out, but then it was overplayed.
Like, oh my God, this song again.
Did that guy ever do anything else either?
I think that he had like maybe one other song.
Gautier. The beginning of it was really cool. The beginning of it had this like cool vibe, and then the vibe didn't stay with the rest of the song. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was overplayed.
Like, I think that it was
I did like it when it came out, but
it started off one way, so you were expecting the song to go one way, and then but I got sick of that song. Like, I never want to hear it again still. And it's been a couple of years.
If you want to get on Simona's bad side, you play her that song. She will never talk to you again.
Or why would you want to get on my bad side?
I'm just saying, what if somebody just like is like,
or it's a good way to like
haters, or remember, you know how I feel about haters.
Yeah.
I'll have coffee with them.
I think that if you were to kidnap me and you didn't want to actually like physically torture me, you could play that song. Like, it would be like
waterboarding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Play that song over and over again. I feel like there's a lot of songs in that category to torture me, though. Like
tub thumping.
Yeah. Although like that brings like, that's nostalgic for me at this point.
I feel like tub thumping is something. I think they play like Metallica and stuff, right? During waterboarding. I feel like I read that.
Do they?
Yeah, they play like,
I bet there's different ways of waterboarding.
They play like death metal. I remember reading an article that had come out.
That's rough.
Like a WikiLeaks situation. And Metallica's like metal light, so they might have been playing something a little more intense.
Rock to Never Neverland. Is that a Metallica?
Yeah. That's like a good bass line. Okay.
So that's me.
Wow. I'll be honest, I had kind of like a low week. And I think it's just good to like to mention, because I feel like we're just being really honest here. I didn't have I had to deal with the procedure yesterday. That's a little difficult for me. I had like anxiety leading up to that during the week for sure. But I was working it out with my therapist.
A medical procedure.
Yeah. That is not fun, and
it's not fun.
We're crossing our fingers that I don't have bad results. It's like it could be a little scary. But like that was Friday, and I really tried to keep myself centered. I was back into my workout routine with Bonnie, my trainer, because with the moving and everything, I wasn't doing that as consistently, although it was like lifting a million things. I might as well have been working out. I went on a walk with a friend that actually lives didn't know she moved a building over from me a month ago. Yeah. So had like a midday walk with her. Like I was balancing things. I did a sushi rolling class. I filmed my other podcast one night. Like it wasn't like I wasn't doing things or what have you, but I just was still in a funk. I would do my day job all day and then just need a nap. My brain was just zapped. And, I was talking to Simone about it, talked to some other friends about it, talked to my sister about it. And I mean, truly, this time last year was right when I was forced to stay home from work during the pandemic, because my company shut down, I felt like almost 2 weeks before the rest of the world did. And almost a year ago, I got some startling news about my health, which was why I had my appointment this Friday that I had to deal with by myself in Boston. So I don't know if maybe like,
it could be like
we've been inside a year. I mean, we've been doing some stuff, but life is not back to normal.
Oh no, it's not back to normal at all. Excuse me. And I don't know like when or if we'll ever go back to the normal that we knew,
And my life was fast. Like I had a really fast paced life in normal times. So it could have been just like fatigue from seeing some people plus.
Well, I think that you had a lot on your mind, and it was weighing on you, and that can exhaust you. And I think that we just have a lower threshold during this time because we're just all very stressed. We have no regular outlets to relieve stress. We can't even, if you're being careful like we are, you're not going to like go out to dinner, indoors or something, which is like, one of the social things that you could do just to have an outlet. So I think that it makes sense. I'm sorry that you had like a low week, but I also feel like it's so par for the course these days, you know?
Yeah. And I think it was okay. Like, I think for me, sometimes I'm hard on myself about it. And that's why I'm talking about it, because as a big social butterfly of a person that does have a lot of energy, and I think a lot of people feed off my energy sometimes, it's okay to feel this way.
Yeah.
And it's okay to just kind of need a nap. And I needed a lot this week, but they recharged me. My appointment went well. So again, we're just waiting for positive results. And yeah, man, I'm on the up and up. So, and was super excited to see my Simona's face today. We do FaceTime every so often, obviously, because we're friends.
Right.
But this is a long period of time we get to see each other.
And just to clarify, you don't want positive results. You want negative results.
I want positive.
You want good news, meaning negative
energy to negative results. Yes.
It's like, no, I don't want to put that out.
Sorry. Yeah. When I say positive, I mean vibes. Energy, positive energy. Yeah. But yeah. So today we are sticking on like international kick. Oh. Snacking goes wrong. Yes. I forgot. Okay. So I wanted to do this one from the get-go, and I kept going back and forth, like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? Because there's a lot of like serious snacking goes wrongs, and I'm trying to keep it a little snacking goes wrong light.
Yeah.
Because so I'm I'm just gonna do it. I don't really care. So I don't know that it's totally snacking goes wrong, but I feel it's like snacking going mental a little bit. So I feel like if you listen to this podcast 9 times out of 10, you're on the TikToks or the Instagrams at the very least.
Sure.
And yes, I put the in front of it like I'm 70. Sorry. I got called out by a millennial friend last week about that. She's like, you're like the Facebook, the Googles, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But so Ben Affleck had a breakup with a young actress. Big surprise.
Anna de Armas.
Yes, Anna de Armas, who's beautiful and was very good in Knives Out. That's the only thing I've ever seen.
And she was really good in this horrible movie called Knock Knock, starring Keanu Reeves, which I'm trying to get everybody to watch.
I need to still watch that.
Oh my god, that is like one of the
I didn't know she was in that.
Oh yeah. One of the best bad movies I've ever seen. But continue.
I have to. Yeah, now it's even more of a reason for me to watch that.
Yeah.
So in the weeks, I think, leading up to their breakup and then post breakup, he was carrying packages and getting the biggest deliveries you ever seen of Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, I saw
to his house.
Oh.
And he was. And here's where I feel like now I will tell you. Simona will tell you too. I love a donut.
We both love a donut. Especially a Dunkin' donut.
And we will talk about the donut we're eating to each other. It's like food.
I think I gotta get donuts tomorrow, I feel.
And when I was in Boston, this was pre-Bonnie. I have to think. There was maybe 2 times after Bonnie. I started working out with Bonnie, but most of this was pre-Bonnie because I didn't start working out with Bonnie heavily until April.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved it in February. So February, March to mid-April, I was ordering Dunkin' Donuts a lot because I couldn't go anywhere. It was the only I would eat.
Was it close to you?
There was one that was close to me, and I was also listen, the headquarters is in Massachusetts for Dunkin'.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So there's a Dunkin' Donuts like everywhere. And I really liked how this one Dunkin' like packaged everything too. It was the little things in the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
They packaged it so nice. They give me extra donuts. I would get a latte from them. And then, and it was just divine. So like, I'm not going to knock you getting Dunkin' Donuts delivered to your house, but I feel like I order an appropriate amount of donuts for one person. Now, maybe his kids are there right now. I don't really know what Jen Gardner does with their children. I feel like she might have them more often, And I don't know if he has other.
Maybe he had company though.
Listen, he was ordering so many donuts, but
how many coffees? I think the coffees will show how many people.
Well, and you gotta look. You gotta Google these pictures. But what's funny about it?
I saw the pictures.
What's funny about it is there's an article written by this gal named Kenzie Bryant, and it says Ben Affleck, his packages and his Dunkin' Donuts are too many metaphors at once. And it just like kind of breaks down his life and the metaphors of all the stuff he's trying to carry. And this is where I feel like the snacking goes wrong with him. And this is why I wanted to talk about it, because first of all, I mean, I'm the queen of carrying like 400 things out of my car, so I don't have to do more than one stop. And I'm sure he lives in a mansion and it's a lot to go outside.
I think anybody is going to try to do it in one trip. Right?
But when you're carrying coffees and donuts, we are talking about fragile and hot items to pour, or super cold items, but sometimes they were hot. And if I'm at your house consoling you for your 80th breakup from a girl who's 20 years younger than
is this post breakup?
It was mostly post. Yeah.
That he was doing all these packages in Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
Well, I'd rather
don't spill my coffee.
Well, yeah. If you're the one at his house consoling him and he's getting you the coffee, which is, I don't know if the scenario is what's happening, but
he always had more than one coffee. So unless he
it has to be with other people. Why are you? And then it's like, whether it's cold or hot, I guess it's hot, you could warm it back up. But if it's cold and you're ordering 3 coffees for yourself, that's going to just be diluted. How can you drink that?
No, and every picture looks like he was dropping stuff and squishing stuff. And I just had a really hard time with it. You could just.
That would give me a lot of anxiety.
It did. You could just see that he would be like going.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
Why didn't he just take 2 trips?
He knows they're going to take his picture anyway. He should. Or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you're trying to avoid double exposure. It's a new meaning for double exposure.
But just get the Dunkin', leave the packages for a minute, get whoever is on your staff to get the packages later.
I'm going to write Ben Affleck a movie about his package carrying, calling it double exposure.
Double exposure.
I don't know. Why didn't he take two trips? It's so upsetting.
Experience of the Dunkin' for everybody. Yeah. I just feel like, especially, or yourself, dude.
Yeah, like he's paying for all this shit, right? And you're dropping it on the ground. It's spilling. What was the point of that?
If you're down, you don't want to be eating cockamamie smush. And
you need to find the beauty in things, like little. Oh man, poor Ben.
And a good Dunkin' or a good Starbucks, when they like finish the top of your latte or put this like there is a mixture component to it, and then you shifts in it, and the person who delivered it probably is like, oh my gosh, I'm delivering this to Ben Affleck's house, I'm gonna make it perfect, and then he just picks it all up and it looks like this.
But if he was depressed, we can't oh boy, yeah,
it just doesn't look good.
But if he's depressed, we can't judge him too harshly.
I can. He's
okay.
He was with a hot girl. He's always with a hot girl.
Yeah.
He screwed it up with Jen. I'm judging all of it. Judging all of it.
Judge away. But
I think this is
I'm still gonna try to pitch to Ben, so I'm not gonna judge him. I'm trying to keep that relationship alive.
Just know if I'm in that boardroom, I'm looking like this.
Just about how he's carrying packages. That's amazing. I really like that.
My arm.
I like that snacking fail. I want to bring it back to my random segment, foods that are supposed to temper masturbation, that I sometimes bring up.
This is the second edition.
Second one. Yeah, I just wanted everybody to know that graham crackers were.
I thought you were going to say. I thought we said this though.
Oh, in the
we
did
first say one. That in the app. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Because so sorry for being a repeat.
No. It's not a repeat. It's but what we did say was graham dough. Remember?
And right, to use that was what it was for the manna, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's I think Elijah's manna was made of graham flour or whatever dough.
Yeah, so the graham cracker now, yeah. I feel like that I read somewhere, gosh, a million years ago about them doing that in like youth groups. Like they would be like, let's give these youth group kids a bunch of graham crackers.
I don't understand the logic. I mean, it was like, I don't know, the 19th century, I think. Sylvester Graham was the one who invented them, and he was a Presbyterian minister. But I'm sorry, if you're gonna give me a s'mores, I think it's like an aphrodisiac.
Sexy as hell.
Yeah, it's sexy as hell. So
not sexy to eat, really. Like you're like,
well, yeah, with the marshmallow, the chocolate.
Unless somebody really loves you, then they're like, oh, look at how sexy you are eating that s'more.
I love a s'more.
Yeah, but what up with the graham? Like, and is it the plain graham crackers? Because I will tell you, my favorite honey made graham crackers are always the ones with like the sugar on top.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that as a child to make me be like,
well, I think energy. That I don't think back in the day when Sylvester made these, I don't think they were putting any sugar on.
I'm just saying, so it has to be the basic.
I think the industry had to like be like, you know what, we're gonna go in the sexy direction and put some sugar on it, you know?
Yeah.
So
well, that got me spiked and like ready to go play.
I
freeze
love
tag.
A graham cracker. I love a graham cracker.
Too. Teddy Grahams.
Yeah, I'm into it. I like graham crackers. Like seeing that.
Teddy Grahams were sexy little bears.
They were sexy bears. There to play. But I gotta tell you, a sleeve of graham crackers with the brown tint transparent wax paper.
Right, you know how I feel about a tinted wax paper,
yes,
girl.
Me going. So F. Sylvester Graham, you know, you made a sexy food and what you wanted.
And you packaged it sexy. Tinted wax paper or sexy. Foiled wax paper. Sign me up.
Just give me the paper and I'll, you know, that's my aphrodisiac. Forget the oysters. Give me a sleeve of graham crackers.
Give me a sleeve of something wrapped. I had Chips Ahoy the other day and I was just like, where's your wrapping? Your wrapping's gone wrong.
Is it the Chips Ahoy? What did you got? Rag Chips Ahoy?
Rag, which is my favorite.
So, and then you like open it with the foil on the top. That's the resealable,
which is sexy. And then it's in
sexy.
And then it's clear.
I know. Put some brown tinted wax paper on those cookies, guys. Hubba hubba
hubba hubba. There's something about it where you're like, oh, this is extra special. It's like,
and then the sexy Teddy Graham bears with their different package.
They were in silver. They were in silver.
Yeah, but like depending on what kind, the bag would be a different color
and the box was a different color.
Yeah, it's very sexy. This is sexy snack. Oh my God.
I'm like imagining like the Teddy Grahams in like bikinis now, like little
lingerie.
Yeah, like the little
turning off the
male ones are looking like Chip and Dale.
Little bow ties. And they're just like, hey, are you ready to come?
I mean, bears in a lot of commercials. I mean, commercials and cartoons didn't wear pants.
Well, the Charmin commercials, they're always talking about their butts.
Always shaking them.
That's a mating call right there. Like,
and they
if you're gonna make something, if you're gonna make a bear, like anything, a bear, you're asking for sex.
You are. No pants.
No pants. When are bears wearing pants? Never.
I've never seen them in pants.
I mean, Yogi Bear probably wears pants. Does Yogi? I haven't watched Yogi in a while.
No, he wears.
Does he wear? What does he wear?
He wears a collar and a tie,
but no pants.
No pants.
Oh,
they're all just wieners hanging out.
Oh, you know, I was on this journney.
No, that's from A League of Their Own. With your wiener hanging out.
Are you? Was it? Who said that? Did they say about Stillwell Angel?
Not A League of Their Own. The one with Pitcher's got a big butt.
I loved that movie. Oh my gosh. Not Major Big League. I loved Pitcher of the Year. Isn't that what it's called?
No,
that doesn't sound right.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. I loved that guy. I had such a crush on him. I had all the bebops and boop-bops magazines with him on the cover.
I think
I watched that movie
the old
so
man in it says, the guy that owns the franchise goes, with your wiener hanging out.
I don't like the word wiener. Add that to.
It's funny when an old person says it. That's
sure.
That was my context. Okay.
Add it to butthole.
Asian chips. All right. Okay, so here's the jam. We've done a lot of research on this season so far. We did the Kit Kats with omiyage, which is the gifting of food from an area that you visit, and that's why there's 400 different varieties of that.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, we also did Eastern European snacks, which by the time this comes out, that will have been out too.
Right.
So trying to diversify and focus the shows to have a little bit of something that you guys maybe have never tried before, and to understand now, and understand like some of the whys behind it. What I will, the whys and hymas. I don't know why I just said it like that, but that's another old person's word. So you can look this stuff up. I'm not trying to give you guys homework to do, but what I will say is this. Lay's heavily jumped on this bandwagon, similar to that of Nestle and Kit Kat. It's not necessarily an omiyage because that is Japanese focused.
Mm-hmm.
For how Simona and I attained our chips for this episode, it was broader because the Eastern European snacks that we got focused on, we actually got from somebody who was from that region,
right. Mm-hmm.
and gave us strong suggestions. This was us going, what looks interesting to find and try. So Simona ordered hers online. I actually went to Super H Mart, which is a grocery store geared towards multiple Asian cultures, not just one.
Yeah, I think it's an Asian grocery store.
It's an Asian grocery store. So you've got, Indian, you've got Japanese, you've got like,
it's
Korea.
amazing. I love that store.
Yeah, it's kind of great. It's kind of fun. I did get some omiyage additional Kit Kats to give to people this year.
Cool. That's
so that I can, like, when I visit people's homes, I eventually can bring those to them. But so we do have different brands. But again, the research I did about Lay's, it's very similar to that of that, the only difference I'll say is that these snacks are focused on kind of conceptual meals, if you will.
Yes.
So you can go through a lot of different sites. Like there's a Trip Savvy site that has a lot on it. And there's another one where you can go through these and really like do some heavier research on. And Lay's is one of the biggest manufacturers of potato chips. So of course they could like afford to do this and experiment and have the different spices and things of that nature. But they liked, and they're doing this kind of in America too now, like when you could vote for the different Lay's flavorings, and it's like chicken and waffles and da-da-da-da-da. It's more meal related, not just like a one type of flavoring. So Lay's focuses on a meal kind of flavor in multi-Asian countries, not just focused on, it's like Japanese, Chinese,
yeah. I mean, I've seen Lay's potato chips like as weird, or not, I won't say weird, different flavors that are maybe meal focused, like even in India when I visited.
Yeah. And they also have them in Europe. So like I saw like a very fancy one for France. And so it isn't just Asia focused. That's why I'm just kind of giving you a broad explanation on the Lay's. And then the companies that, I mean, I went to Super H Mart, so like literally there's not a whole lot of English on everything that I'm reading.
Same with mine. I will say that the reason why I wanted to do this episode is because when I went to Korea 2 years ago, that's when I was so enthralled by their like snack life. You know, they have so many snacks and different treats, and I just wanted to try everything, but I was only there for a week and I couldn't try everything. But that's when I first discovered like these unusual flavors that seemed really intriguing. Like I had tried a Pringles that was like spaghetti bolognese flavor, and it was good. It was really good.
The flavor profiles are just really big and broad. So I think both of mine are, I think, Korea based from what I could just tell. Korean based snacks. So those are the two I have. So I have 2. Simona has 3. Yeah. So we're gonna let her go first so that we can go back and forth.
Every other. Okay. So the first one I'm gonna try. I'm so stoked for this. This is Lay's and it's cucumber flavor potato chip. I have no idea what to expect. I feel like it's gonna taste like dill more than cucumber.
Maybe, yeah.
That's my guess. All right.
Because they like to pickle a lot, like gingers and things like that too.
It does. It smells like cucumber dill. That's what it smells like.
Okay.
But it does have a nose of cucumber, like for real, which is so interesting.
Like fresh cucumber? That's yum.
I mean, it's
as fresh as you can get out of a bag.
Yeah, like it smells like cucumber that's been in your fridge for a little bit too long and it's about to turn.
But I mean, cucumber is not an easy scent to get.
No, and it's a very light scent, and they got it.
That's awesome.
They were
way to
successful.
Go, Lay's.
All right, here I go. I'm so excited and nervous.
Once you pop, you can't stop. Oh wait, that's Pringles, I think.
Yeah, I think that's Pringles. Okay. So upon eating, not much cucumber flavor.
Her face, just for those who are not watching the YouTube, her head went sideways and
a little squint.
A little squint. Yeah.
They have a sweet flavor. It's very pleasant. I feel like this would not offend anybody. It's a very easy thing to eat. If I put these out, somebody would be like, "Oh, these sour cream and onion potato chips taste a little different." I think.
Could they go well with a dip?
I think so. It's a light flavor. It's delicate. You could definitely dip them. I think because they're a little sweet, but I don't know. They're not bad. I think it smells like cucumber, but it was hard to get the cucumber taste in the chip.
Cucumber is hard. I mean, cucumber is a delicate, unless you have a fresh cucumber in front of you, that's a delicate flavor.
Again. Yeah, it's really delicate. All right. One more time. Yep, it's good. It's sweet and savory, but more dill than cucumber, I think.
So this is the only chip I have that's shaped like a chip, and I hope I don't have an allergic reaction to it because
I don't want you to try it if it's shellfish or whatever.
It is shellfish. They both have shellfish in them.
You have Benadryl on hand?
I do. Okay. I'm just gonna eat probably one just in case. But this is called shrimp flavored chips.
Okay. That's very common in Asia.
Nongshim is the name of the brand. And it's a yellowish bag. You have Korean on it, and then there's actually English on the front of the bag, so you know what you're grabbing, and just some big shrimp. So and
I should say that the Lay's, if you're listening, it had cucumbers on it, and it's a green bag, and it says cucumber flavor.
And the main ingredients in here is, I mean, there's obviously a lot, but there is some of this in English in the back. We're dealing with, I mean, in bold, just so people know, in case I guess they have an allergy. If you have an allergy, you can't eat this if you have a lot of allergies. It contains shrimp, wheat, and soy. And processed with milk, egg, and fish. So
yeah, don't eat that if you have
most people can't eat this.
Yeah, I've seen shrimp chips a lot. Like a lot of different companies make them. I feel like this is a staple of like.
That's why Asian I got it. I felt like it was important to grab it.
I mean, you're brave to try it.
Okay. It smells like, when you get like shrimp fried rice. Mm-hmm. And you can smell the shrimp in the shrimp fried rice, but there's like other smells. That's what it smells like.
It smells a little shrimpy.
It smells a little shrimpy, but not like
not bad shrimpy.
Like, and I think I saw like there's like carrot powder and stuff. So maybe they're mushroom powder. They might be going for that flavor profile of like
a shrimp fried
rice.
Okay.
So the chip is kind of a puff chip.
Yeah, we have those in India too. They kind of stick to your tongue. It's almost like a styrofoamy feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like Smoke that we tried last time was a puff too.
Right.
Had like a puff. And honestly, when I was there, I meant to tell you, there was a lot. I didn't see Smokey in anything, obviously, because I was in Super H Mart, not like in an Eastern European store. But there was a lot of peanut infused puffs there too.
Oh, interesting.
Which I thought was interesting because Smokey was like the Eastern European snack, of the century. So,
but I think that this puff is different than like
this puff looks like a chip, like it's in the shape of a chip. It's like oblong.
I've gotten like this sort of chip, like as an a thing in Thai restaurants where they like put it on the table. It's not like an appetizer, but like bread essentially, like their version of
your carb.
Yeah, like they just put it on the table for you to eat before you order. So
all right, so I'm going in.
Okay.
It's not sticking. It's actually a nice crunch.
Okay.
It's really good. It's
how is the shrimp coming through?
It's hella light in the type of chip it is. I mean, I feel like I had shrimp breath, from eating it.
Mm-hmm.
It has it definitely has, it's like, it doesn't feel like I'm just eating shrimp though. It definitely feels like I'm eating like shrimp fried rice or wonton soup with some shrimp in it. It has a larger profile than just shrimp, but you taste it. You definitely taste it. It's light. It's good. It actually would taste delicious in like a wonton soup if you crumbled it in there. You know how they give you the other kind of
the noodles.
That would taste really good noodles in it. I mean, they might melt quick, but if you eat, sprinkle, like get it nice and tight and sprinkle it, I think you could crunch those up really good. It was good. It's not going to taste great with my coffee, but it was good.
Well, the things we do.
Things we do early on a Saturday morning.
All right, on to my next Lay's flavor. This is a hot
pink
bag.
Hot pink.
And it's got a tomato and oil on the cover. It kind of looks like a weird egg, but I think that's oil. And it's called Mexican Chicken Tomato Flavor by Lay's. Okay. I'm excited. Okay.
Woo, that was a face.
The nose is really weird. It smells like more tomato, but not tomato.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I don't smell the chicken, but I guess if I was to smell anything in the beginning, it's tomato.
I think if I opened a bag of chips and I smelled chicken, I would be grossed out. Just saying.
All right. Well, I got a two chipper. Here I go.
Does it have like a powder on it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And so did the cucumber one had like a powder.
Dirty hands.
I know, that's why I'm only
using her pinchers.
My pinchers. Okay. I can get behind this.
Okay.
This is not, there's no chicken in this at all. And
chicken
it tastes
of the sea.
We're not going to go down that, Jessica.
But that means no chicken. Basic. Yeah.
But there's no tuna in it either.
I know, but I'm just.
I know. This is very tomato heavy. I don't taste the chicken at all. It tastes like one of my favorite things, which is tomato paste, which I can eat straight from the can. I love tomato paste.
Remember when we did the gluten-free episode?
Mm-hmm.
And I tried all those.
Yes, the snap peas.
The snap peas. Yeah. And there was one
tomato basil.
That did you ever try that one?
Yeah, I like the tomato basil. This has more of, like I said, specifically a tomato paste taste.
Okay.
So it doesn't taste like a fresh tomato, but I don't mind it, and it's pretty sweet too. So it's like this is a tomato chip essentially, and I like it.
I'm down. Like it.
This is
when
yummy.
I got that box from Carly for my birthday, there was tomato chips in there from Italy. And those were really good too.
Yeah, I'm down with the tomato chip.
And that one was literally just straight up called like tomato chip. Okay. My next one, except for the word wasabi on the cover, the color is
oh, looks like it's got a crab too.
It's a wasabi crab chip.
You're really going in the danger zone today.
I know. I need to take a Benadryl in a minute. This one contains shrimp in it too. Manufactured in a facility where there's also squid, milk, and tomato. There's a very tiny nutrition fact on the back that's in English.
And none of my bags had any English on them except for the
gluten
flavor.
in it. Like if you have like Americanized allergies,
I don't think, these are not for you.
You got to be careful. You got to read this stuff really good. So this is called a wasabi crab snack.
I think it's going to be really good.
I think it's going to be I love wasabi. I love
Me
wasabi.
too.
The bag is cool too. It's green. It's kind of metallic-y. And on the bag, we'll see if they look like they do in the bag. But for those of you who aren't seeing this, the bag they look like little crab, like snap, like shapes.
It almost looks like lasagna noodles from like what you just showed on the camera.
But they're little.
Did you know that wasabi, like that we get with sushi, is not actually wasabi? It's actually horseradish that's dyed green.
Yeah. It's not the same.
Gypped.
These ones do look like puffs as well, so we went double puffs, which I was not, I just thought these looked interesting and different because they were two profiles. Nothing is too overwhelming. You smell like a wasabi, and it smells a little sweet too, probably because they have a bunch of other stuff in it. But the shape is oh, that's a broken one. The shape they do like
they don't look like lasagna noodles. They look like
little crabs.
Yeah, with a hole in the middle.
Yeah, they're cute, but they
is there a powder?
There's a puff.
Oh, it's a puff. Yeah, definitely puffed.
A tiny bit of a powder, but on a puff it's a little different. I feel like they bake it a little more in there. Okay, we're going in.
Okay,
and they're cute. They're like about the size of a Cheez-It, I would say.
Yeah, very, very good noticing of size.
Okay, I'm like waiting for more heat. Okay. I personally could have used a little more wasabi heat.
Maybe it's additive the more you eat them, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're tiny. So unless you're like Simona who eats one cheese at a time, like a weirdo. If you had a handful like I normally would, you might get more of a flavor. It has a sweet taste to it too. I don't necessarily associate sweet with crab personally.
I think that this seems to be like an Asian snack theme. Like they do add a little sweetness to these savory things.
Okay. So yeah. So I like it. It's good. It's light. You taste more than just wasabi. Like you're tasting, I'm sure there was like a crab taste to it, but like I said, to me, I'm also even the shrimp one. I'm also tasting like maybe some vegetables and stuff too. It tastes kind of like a concoction of like what you would eat at, a Korean restaurant. Honestly, like you have more than just one flavor profile. I feel like when you're not just usually eating straight crab, like you're eating crab that has spices on it or that has been rolled with something else that or whatever. In a soup or, I feel like they're again, it's mealish. And that was what I was reading through a lot of the things I was looking at. Like, you feel like there's a meal focus here.
I love it. It like reminds me of Willy Wonka with the gum with Violet Beauregard, where she's like chewing gum and it's like a whole meal.
Yeah.
I was always jealous.
Now I'm tasting like a
and with gravy,
yeah,
or no, with sour cream.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I like that. I was always jealous, but then she turned into a blueberry. I was not jealous of
and
that.
That was crazy because she had to go to the juicing room, and
Right.
that grossed me out as a kid. Grossed me out.
Gross.
Okay.
But that's cool. All right, the last one that I got. This is kind of disgusting.
She can't wait then.
Yeah, you know me. This
She's
is
down with
called,
OPP.
when I ordered this, I think it was called toffee something, toffee flavored chips. But on this actual thing, which, you know, the bag, there's no English on it except for like the sticker of nutrition facts on the back. And it's called Lay's potato chips creamy candy flavor. That's kind of ridiculous.
Can I ask a question about all the Lays you've eaten so far?
Yeah.
Texture wise and everything, is it like a Lay's?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's totally like a Lay's original. And this bag is a picture of a kid. No, it's a kid with teeth.
Oh.
And then at like the bottom, close up. Yeah, it's a close up of a mouth of a kid, I'm guessing, because of the teeth are like kind of like, they look like kid teeth. And then at the bottom it says White Rabbit. So I'm wondering if White Rabbit is a specific like toffee candy that's there, and they're specifically trying to make this
White Rabbit is also drugs.
All right, well, this could be drug infused.
In Alice in Wonderland. I mean, it has a lot in Jefferson Airplane and all those 70s bands. Here's
this smells like toffee.
What I'm going to say is this. I'm going to predict that you're not going to, before you eat it, I'm going to predict that you're not going to hate it, because we are so programmed to chips being savory that I think our initial is like, ew, this is going to be gross because it's sweet.
I don't think it's going to be gross because it's sweet. I just didn't.
You think it's going to be artificial?
I just didn't like the name of the creamy candy flavor. Like when it was toffee, that didn't bother me as much, but this is called creamy candy flavor. That's not appetizing to me. But when I went to Korea, one of the most popular snack foods was called honey butter chips. So it's a thing there. So I always wanted to try that, and I bought a bag, but then I forgot about it, and I'm not going to try a stale bag because then I'll get, it won't be fresh, and then I'll have an opinion about it not fresh.
Got it.
Anyways, it smells so toffee.
I think as a kid, creamy candy would make me happy, but maybe as an adult, I don't know. Maybe I'm still a child.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just
go. I can't wait.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Toffee was the overwhelming scent, though.
Yeah.
Okay. She's thinking. She's shaking her head. Yes. She's shaking her head. Yes.
Okay. It smells, it tastes exactly how it smells.
It's toffee. And
it's not overwhelmingly sweet, but it's so incredible that you taste that, like, when you have a soft Werther's, a chewy Werther's,
I love
especially, or even a regular Werther's, that aftertaste of the butter toffee, that's exactly how this chip tastes.
Interesting.
It's crazy. It's not bad. It's just like very unusual. Not what we're used to, but it's
not unusual to have fun with toffee chips. It's just poor marketing, the creamy candy.
Well, maybe over there they know that that's toffee. Like they're like, oh, White Rabbit. I love those toffees. Or they call it something.
Yeah.
I love that creamy candy. Yes, I want the chips for it. But
maybe
for
the
us,
White Rabbit because it's like addicting.
Well, I think that it's shaped like a little chewy Werther's. Do you see that? It's like the tubular candy with the two ends that are wrapped. So it looks like it's a little toffee. It tastes exactly like toffee.
That's cool.
2 thumbs up to be exactly what it is.
I'm gonna try to find
You can find it at asiangrocer.com or something. I think that's where I got it from.
Very cool. You guys, I recommend trying. Let's step out of our flavor profiles this year. Let's try new things. It's funny. There were certain things too, I think even in the Eastern European app where I was like, this would taste great, like crumbled on soup. I think we could like, change up the way you cook with things. We get boring sometimes, there's a lot more out there in the world than we give
Open
the
your
cred.
mind.
Yeah, open your mouth.
Yeah.
Eat something new.
Yeah.
Keep your legs closed though.
To married men. Mm-hmm. But also I should mention that we are both wearing the same
this is really important.
Yes.
Okay.
I think mine will probably be, I don't know. It's
torn between
eating a snack and being a snack.
And we want to call out mess in a bottle.
Mess in a bottle.
And I believe that that's exactly what it is on the grams as well.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that we're, yes, mess in a bottle. So here's what's interesting about mess in a bottle. I saw a bag that said like, put your shit in it and go or something. It was just like a cool looking tote bag, and I travel all the time. So I was like, oh, this is cute. And then just had it like written, and it looked like it was like painted on. And I saw it on Instagram. I want to say almost 3 or 4 years ago now. And so I, clicked it to see if the person was tagged in it. They weren't tagged in it. I started Googling it. I found Mess in a Bottle, which is a company based out of Baltimore, Maryland. And it's run by a woman who is, her story is actually really interesting. Like, go to her website. She also talks about her story a lot on her Instagram. But I mean, like, she had issues. Like, she started from this company from nothing. She's also a mom. She also, I think, had experienced like a robbery with her company too.
Oh, wow.
Kind of had to like restart things. And what's so cool. And so I bought a shirt a few years ago. And I had to do a photo shoot, and I loved it. And I have a couple other of her shirts as well. I still need to buy that bag. I love that bag. I don't know why I never bought it. That was initially what I had seen. Mm-hmm. And then this year they started featuring Black owned companies in Target. And she actually has a line that's all over Target.
Mm-hmm.
And I had seen them, and I bought one. Actually, I bought it as a gift for somebody else. I have so many other Mess in a Bottle things right now. You can get t-shirts. I have the t-shirt. Simona has the sweatshirt. You can get long sleeve shirts, and you can also get them so they're in like a drinking bottle kind of a thing. And when I've tagged her in something that I had just posted not that long ago, because I had seen that she was in Target, and I thought that it was so awesome. Mm-hmm. And Simona was like, found the snack shirts. And
because I was like, oh, this looks cool. Let me see what else I can buy on Instagram. And then I found one that's perfect for us, which again says torn between eating a snack and being a snack. And I don't think I'm ever torn between this, because I would rather be eating a snack.
But we think other people are torn between us being snacks and eating snacks.
Right. It's other person problem.
Her name is Kalila Wright. She is beautiful, strong, independent, and killing it now in a huge department store. I hope her company only continues to grow. She's a role model for Black girls and women in starting a company, and besides that, I think globally other women too. She does a lot of seminars on how to start how to start a company, in particular t-shirt companies, what it all started as. But we wanted to call her out. We did Phenomenal Women. We also wore two of Amanda's shirts. We're just trying to, if we can support companies that we feel and we stand behind, we're going to try to wear something each week. I think last week we didn't, because I
think it's ambitious to do it every week.
Yeah, it's hard. We're trying to find.
But whenever we find something we like to promote it here.
Exactly. And if you do have recommendations on companies that you think are worth us investing our money, and we're happy to do so. These are not like paid for advertisement situations. This is us just literally supporting people and companies that we think are worthy of staying in business.
Yeah.
But what's cool about Mess in a Bottle is you can actually find it at Target. So buy what you see at Target. They had onesies and t-shirts, and you can buy the bottle, the drinking containers, which are just like sports bottles for water kind of a thing. Or you can go on her website and she has more options. These ones are actually from the website. These weren't ones that were in Target because they said snack on them.
Yeah, so we had to get it specific to us. Yeah.
But we highly encourage at least buying this one. Maybe one day we'll all do a show and we would love to see everyone in a snack t-shirt by Mess in a Bottle. We'd be all about it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and great quality. I love mine. We both actually, you can choose different colors, but we both chose the black, which is funny, with the white wording. Simona went with a hoodie. I mean, with a sweatshirt because she's in New Jersey and it's been 70 degrees this week in Georgia. So I got a t-shirt.
There you go. Whatever works for your neck of the woods.
Region. Exactly. Yeah. But thank you, Kalila and the company for, doing the damn thing.
Yeah. Making some cool stuff that we really like.
Yes. We will keep buying it. And
we will also keep snacking.